Hello. Well, today we're going to talk about different payment system in three countries: Ivory Coast, Brazil, and Indonesia. So, thank you, dear listeners, and for being here. And we're happy to start our first series of video. And I hope you like it. What we're going to talk about, each person is going to introduce themselves and say what they used to do in their own country before coming to the US. And then, we'll keep on going to the different questions we've prepared for this special video. Thank you. So, I think we're going to start with Gary. So, Gary,
So what I need to
no,
say?
just where you're from, what you used to do in your country, and
Okay. Okay, my name is Gary, and I'm a student of MSPE
yeah,
in UIUC.
yeah,
And back in my country, I'm working for the government, especially in Ministry of Finance.
yeah.
That's all.
Okay. How about you?
Yeah, my name is Adriano. I'm also a student here doing the master degree with you guys.
Yeah,
I'm from Brazil, working for the government as well, for the Central
yeah.
Bank of Brazil, and I'm enjoying our course now. So,
As you know, I'm Casual Berry Kimbe, and I'm from Ivory Coast. I used to work for an online news company called Opera News. So what I'm doing here looks like something I'm already used to. And I'm happy to be here, and I'm also doing a master's degree in a Master of Science, Policy Economics here called MSP, and I'm glad to be here. Wow. So first, we're going to talk about different payment systems in your country based on your experience in your country and what you've experienced here in the US. So how can you compare the payment system in your country and that of the US? So I can start.
Okay.
I can start. Well, in my country, the payment system has been undergoing some changes lately, but compared to the US, we still rely heavily on cash. Since I came to the US, like it's been more than like nearly 9 or 10 months, I don't remember the last time I used cash. I don't use cash anymore, and I don't even go to banks anymore. Like, I don't remember the last time I've been to my bank agency. I don't. Every single time, I don't need cash, and I feel good. I don't need cash because, like, the small changes was kind of too hard for me to handle. Thanks to the online payment system, no way. With my phone, I can do everything. If I go to Walmart or if I go to any supermarket, everything I do, a restaurant, everything I pay, it's online with my phone or with my debit card. Just tap and pay, and I think it's awesome. And I hope like my country and even people all around the world, or people especially in my country, are going to implement this kind of payment system because it's so amazing. There is no, you don't worry about the change. No way. You just pay with your phone or with your debit card and you're done. And this is very, very, very convenient. So this is it. So I don't know who is going to go next.
yeah, I can go next.
Okay, all right.
To share my experience. I have a different experience compared to you. Like in
Yeah.
Brazil, we already do a lot of things online. I feel like here I need more cash than I do in Brazil. In Brazil, I don't use cash at all. While here,
Okay.
sometimes not only cash, but sometimes we have to pay things using check,
All right.
which is, we do have checks in Brazil, but not that much. Basically, we do everything through the phone in Brazil, like payments, and you can transfer money easily, and it's all like instant. In Brazil, we have the instant payment system as well.
Yeah.
So compared to the US, I think Brazil has developed quite a lot. Although US obviously is pretty good, and you can do quite a lot of things electronically as well.
Yeah.
But I do think in Brazil we use more like digital processes to pay our bills, pay to make investments, to save
I
money,
see.
to transfer money to friends, or
Yeah.
to business to people to
Yeah.
people. So I think we are kind of developing pretty well in Brazil as well.
Okay, I see. I'm going to ask a quick question.
Yeah.
Well, when you say that you send money to your friend or family members, do they have to go to an agency to be able to withdraw the money, or they can just start using the money with their phone or
with the phone? Usually, like I will send the money to their bank account or to the any payment account that they have. And they can use it straight away from that phone as well, or they can withdraw the money if they want to, or they can go online, use the internet, and transfer, pay invoices, and
Okay, Jerry, how about you?
I think my experience is more similar to Adriano.
Okay.
3 weeks ago, I bought a used car from my friend.
Okay.
I need to go to DMV to pay some taxes and registration fee. And I'm surprised that I cannot use my debit card. The officer asked me to go to my bank and to request a check payment. And to pay for the Secretary of State or for some institution. And it cost me $20 for the transaction. And also more than 30 minutes to go to the bank and then to wait for the line. Back in my country, everything can be done with mobile banking. So I can pay insurance, taxes, grocery, electricity, everything in a very short time.
I see.
And I also can send money with very low cost. If I compare,
compared to the US.
Because we have some payment system which is called BI Fast. So we can transfer to every bank in Indonesia with a very low cost. So in US dollar, I think it's less than $1/4 for one transaction.
I see.
And it's very low cost. And I think in US, we can also transfer money with low cost, but we use Zelle.
Or like Venmo or Cash App.
But the thing is, when you Zelle, your recipients need to register first to Zelle. If your recipient didn't register,
the person who is receiving the money,
Yeah,
and also the
must have
institution,
Zelle
because
too.
not all the financial institutions they have this relationship or this partnership with the Zelle or Venmo. So if the bank doesn't have this partnership, we cannot, let's say you have a bank account in an institution which doesn't have this partnership. So I cannot use Zelle to transfer the money to you.
But I think like most big banks here in the US, they do use Zelle, right? Like
I'm not sure. Like I have two bank accounts. One of them do use Zelle, and the other one doesn't
use Zelle.
So,
That's
it really
weird.
depends on the
I see. Because like the bank been using from start, Zelle is the biggest bank in the US, and I think that everything is the same all around here. So I didn't know that there are some banks that can use like Zelle, because like Zelle, once we go to a restaurant and share the bills, I just split it, send it, and it looks like there is no cost coming with it, right?
But the thing is, the person need to register first. Like I think when we went to DC, I want to transfer my money to Adriano, and then I cannot transfer with Zelle because Adriano and register for Zelle.
I see.
That's a problem.
Okay. So this is like some area that needs improvement. Okay, that's good. And also, when you say that, you can pay your bills with your phone electronically, actually, this is also now possible in my country. Like now, you can pay your bill with your phone, because in the past, people used to go line up. It's a huge line. You're working, you don't have time, but still, you have to go line up and be able to pay your bill. So now it's possible to do it online. No need to go to the bank. But one thing that's I really want banks in my country to change is the way people have to spend time waiting to withdraw their cash, especially at the end of the month. And it looks like every single month, at the end of the month, like the ATMs are not working. So you're going to walk from bank agency to bank agency just looking for one ATM that is working. And here, personally, I don't remember. No, I've never been to an ATM, and I don't need to go to an ATM, because with my phone lying on my bed, I just can send money, pay my bill, do everything. Even like my rent, I just use my phone, log in my the app of my residency and pay my rent without even going to an ATM or going to the bank. So this is something that is so useful that I love the system here, really.
And don't waste your time going to the bank.
I don't waste my time because like your time is precious, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's precious, and you can go stay like the whole day or the whole morning just to be able to withdraw some cash.
Yeah.
You don't have time. Your time is precious. So banks should be also thinking that, well, we're helping each other. I give you my money to keep it. It generates some profit to you. So it looks like we help each other. It's not that like the banks are on top and we're down. No, we're helping each other. Because like I remember once, I was so angry with my bank that I withdrew all my money, thinking that I will never put my money in the bank. Every single time there is a transfer, I just go to the bank and take all my money. But I realized that, well, by doing that, I couldn't save anything. Because by the end of the month, I finished everything and I'm stuck. So, well, we need the banks, but banks also need us. So, well, we'll move to the second question, which is if there is any kind of innovation in the payment system in your country.
Well, I can start actually. In Brazil, recently we got the instant payment system, which we call in Brazil Pix. So since Pix started, a lot of people actually got used to using Pix, and we send money, pay everything, pay our taxes using Pix. And the good part of it, that it's free, so there's no cost involved. And then it helps to include people in the financial system. So I think that's the main innovation for our payment system in Brazil recently. And it still have a lot of opportunities to improve the payment system. But so far, I think Pix has been a great product for the Brazilian society, and everyone is using it. So it's really convenient.
Is there any condition attached to it? Like you must have first a bank account to be able to use Pix as?
Yeah, you do need a bank account, or it doesn't have to be a formal bank account. It can be a payment institution account as well. So then it usually bank accounts they tend to be a bit more expensive, and a payment institution they're cheaper. So let people more free to actually choose which kind of account they want to. But as long as they have these two accounts, they can actually use Pix for free. It's safe. It includes people and helps people to save money, and as a consequence, I guess people start investing in even a small business. They use it's really convenient for them to receive the payments and make payments as well. So Pix is the big thing in Brazil now.
Okay, so Jerry, do you have something to add?
Okay, so the payment system that I mentioned before, which is called iFast, is implemented in 2021.
2021, that's recent.
Before 2021, we also have like online payment system, which is also real time, but it is more expensive, maybe 3 times rather than the iFast. So this is like an innovation for central bank in Indonesia to reduce the cost, and also the limit of transaction is increased. Before that, it's like 100 million rupiah, and now it's become 250 million rupiah. And I also read that in 2024, the iFast will make an association with other countries like Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, and Philippines. So our country can transfer money to that country with a very cheap cost. So that's like the innovation in my country.
And that's really good because it allows people from Indonesia to,
to transfer money
overseas and receive money from people from those countries that you
from those countries.
I think that's one of the innovations that Pix in Brazil can actually improve. Not sure, how it's going, but
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. And well, I don't know, things are changing so fast. In a couple of decades, perhaps we won't recognize anymore our payment system. And I don't know, well, what are your predictions for what is going to happen to the payment system in 2 decades, for instance? Like for me, I believe that in my country, perhaps things are going to get faster. Like what's happening now, like it looks like 80% of people in my country still use cash. Cash is the main mean of payment in the country, and everywhere you go, you have to have cash. sometimes the problem that arises from having cash is that, well, you don't have change and you have to walk around to look for changes. So personally, I think like in a couple of decades or 2 decades from now, we're going to still have cash, but not so much as we're having to have it now. So perhaps like in 2 decades will be cashless. Well, I hope, because like I really like the way I don't need cash here in the US and I don't worry about changes, and that's awesome. So I don't know if you have something to add about this.
Okay, so 1 week ago, I transferred my money from my Indonesian bank account to US bank account.
Yeah.
And it took 1 day, and also the transaction fee is 1%. I'm using the third party, which is called wire.
Wire transfer.
So I predict in the future the transaction fee will be lower, maybe no transaction fee, and also the time to transfer around the country, within the country, will be very short, I think, because now it took 1 day from Indonesian bank account to US bank account.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, that's interesting because, you know, maybe this time has already come because I have, you know, when I transfer the money from my bank account in Brazil to my bank account here in the US, it's instant, like, because it's the same bank.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you do have this opportunity to actually transfer the money now and then in a few minutes. You already have your money in your US bank account, and it's free. But only I cannot do it with different banks. I guess that's what you're talking about. So that's the cross-border transactions. They still very costly, and that's one of the opportunities that I think we can have in the future.
Yeah.
And another important thing, and that's what I do believe that's going to happen soon, is the digital currencies. Like
you're talking about the Bitcoin.
Not only the Bitcoin, but we have most of the central banks in the world is studying the central bank digital currency. I'm not saying that it's going to substitute Bitcoin or those other digital currencies, but once it comes from the central bank, I think it has all the ability, all the properties that digital currency has, and it allows us to do transactions safer and quicker. I guess in the future, and I think it's not going to be in 20 years from now. It's going to be quicker than that. That's going to be one of the main innovations.
Yeah.
And if it does happen, that's going to be a revolution for the financial system, for the payment system.
Yeah.
And for ourselves as a citizens.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's good. But
that's a move to the cashless society.
Cashless society. But like, this also worries me because like too much use of like internet exposes us to like scams and situation where we're going to lose our money. For instance, like you, an old person, a senior, some young person somewhere like start talking about love to you, and you move all your money, sending it to that person. And these cases are like a lot in my country, and I don't know if this is also happening here. Because like during the street interview I did last time, a Chinese guy told me that, well, there are too many scams here in the United States. I said, wow, I didn't know about that. So I don't know.
I feel the same. I feel like, just like in everywhere else, like in US, Brazil, probably Indonesia, they also have the same kind of fraud.
Yeah.
But it's not only because it's related to the banking system, but it's also because you have the money.
Yeah.
In Brazil, if you have cash and if you're just walking on the streets holding your cash, the likelihood that you're gonna get robbed
is high.
Yep.
So you can lose your money anyway.
Yeah.
I would say now that keeping my money in the bank is safer than keeping all the money with me and walk around with the money.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Although we do expose ourselves to fraud schemes and all of that stuff.
But like
the
when that happens, because, well, it's not your fault. I suppose it's not your fault. When that happens, is it possible that your bank pays you back?
Yes. And then you need the regulation to actually enforce the bank to have controls and to make sure that they pay back, not 100%, but at least they have some consumer protection to make sure that we as a customer won't be 100% vulnerable. So
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, man, that's nice. I don't know if Jerry, you want to add something?
I think that's all for me.
Well, Guys, well, this is it. We're not going to talk too much. I think we've said a lot of things, and well, we're going to think about different topics to talk about next time. For instance, I don't know if the comparative advantage we've been learning in microeconomics is still holding on, because while like when you look at the chip industry, like microchip industry, the US and China, what's happening. So I don't know if this is still ongoing. And we're going to find many other topics to talk about. But thank you for following us. And please, if you like our video, hit the like button and share to your network. And we'll see you next time. I don't know if, guys, you have something else to add.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here sharing my experience. You know,
Yeah.
Me too.
It's the first time I've been actually online, and you know, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's a
You're
pleasure
welcome.
to be with you guys. Yes.
Yeah, guys, thank you. See you next time. We're coming with something else. Yeah, bye-bye.
See you.
Thanks. Bye.